Hey guys, happy Thursday morning. I just wanted to explain to you two issues that can arise. It's very easy to check for your websites. It's one of the most important things you can check as well. It should be on every developer's checklist when they launch a site, but believe me, every single day I'm either auditing one that has an issue like this or a client is onboarded and they have an issue like this. So it's a big part of my day. It's very frustrating because it's such an easy fix for a developer. It's even an easy fix for someone like myself that's not, but I've done it so many times that I can now do it. So basically, I'm going to show you the two issues. What I've done here is I've just put in a type of business and I'm looking for a URL that contains HTTP, right? HTTP is the unsecured version, means that it doesn't have an SSL certificate. An SSL certificate gives it the HTTPS. It secures your website. Google does not like HTTP versions. So as an example, we have Cavern Roofing, not secure, does not have a SSL certificate. The way you can check this is if you go to your website, it could be any one of these. Let's say you're O'Rourke Roofing. You click on it and you see that there's not a lock. So for instance, there's not a lock here, which is connection is secured. There is an SSL. You can click on your domain here. And if you can see the HTTPS, then you're good to go. These guys, you click on it, doesn't pop up with HTTPS. It says not secure and there's no lock. Big issue. So we really need to make sure that we're checking our websites that they have this. You have to check from desktop, not from mobile, and make sure that this is done. Because you can see just for roofing company with in URL HTTP, we have a ridiculous 10 million results. Oh, sorry, that's HTTPS. My bad. We've got 10 million results. So if I keep on going down here, we've got HTTP, HTTP, HTTP. All of these is a mixture of HTTP and HTTPS. I could go further and do this to reduce that. So all of these now will be HTTP. So I can actually reach out to all of these people to let them know that they have an unsecured version of their site. And I might do that, to be honest, because they're not going to rank for home improvements, for cladding, for roofing, for especially like any of these keywords. Google is not going to trust an unsecured version because it's easy to hack. If you have client information on there, it just doesn't trust it. So that's one side of things. The other side of things is making sure that your website redirects correctly. So I'm going to explain this visually because it is a little bit confusing, but you can go to a site called httpstatus.io. You can Google that and it will come up and it will look like this. So a really important check to do would be to come in here, put in your URL like this, or you can put it in however, you can copy it from your bar up here. Make sure this is ticked. User agent, change to smartphone, change to the desktop if it doesn't work. Some websites block this check based on different crawlers. So we click check status. Just takes about 10 to 20 seconds to check it. Hopefully it doesn't say error, but we know there's going to be an issue. So we can see that at the moment, the 200, which is the preferred version of your website, is the HTTP, right? We don't want that. We want the HTTPS version of your website, which is an error because it doesn't have it, right? So you've got two errors and you've got the unsecured version. So if you see something like this, either get your developer or the person who built your website to fix it. They can go into your hosting provider, get your SSL certificate, and it's a yearly fee, and it's a very low cost. you need it. If you don't have a developer, reach out to myself and I can help you fix this as well. The other side of things is another issue that I see just as much, and it's when you click check status, and I'm going to just find an example, right? So I'm going to now find HTTPS version, so people that have got it done correctly. So I'm going to use Crown Roofing, and we're going to check them. All right. Hopefully these guys know what they're doing, and this will show, yes, it has. So in an ideal world, you'll have one version, which is a 200. Their preferred version is HTTPS with the www, which is fine. A www is just a subdomain of this one. Do not change back and forth because Google will recrawl and it will treat this as a new version of your website, and the same if you were there to remove www. It's the worst thing you can do in terms of disruption to your site because Google has to recrawl it and it will treat it as a new version. So do not change from that. Aesthetically, a lot of people do it just because they like the fact that it looks better with or without, but just do not do it. If anyone asks or is it suggested, just don't do it. The best, you'll see two things, right? You want to see 200 for the preferred version, which is correct. And then you want to see 301 because you can see that this one redirects to the HTTPS one. If you hover over it, you can see that it redirects to the one below. The same thing for here, redirects to the one below. And this one redirects to the HTTPS without the www and then to the one with. So it kind of hops from the one without and then the one with, and then it goes to the right version. Ideally, you want to have redirects that go 111, but as long as it has 200 and no errors like before, we're good to go. So as I said, extremely important. I've got to fix an issue for a client today that's probably had their website for years and this has never been fixed. So such a simple fix. The solution for this one would be it's a bit more technical. There's something on your website called an htaccess file. So if you have an issue and you have a web developer, please get them to fix the issue with it, and say you can kind of use what I've explained today. If you have, two versions, like the HTTPS and the HTTP www and the HTTPS www, if these two are both 200, then there's an issue with your htaccess file. It's not forcing it to go from this one to this one. So just to summarize, add your website into here, click on the canonical. If you see errors, it's likely you don't have an SSL certificate and there's an error. If you see more than 200 at the start, then there's an issue with your htaccess file. So either of those two, it's really important that you fix it because it's the fundamental of, and it's the foundation of your website. That's it for today. Hopefully you found that interesting. I've, fingers crossed most of you don't have this issue, but it is one, if not the most important thing to fix at the start of a campaign if it's not done. Okay, so let me know, reach out or email me if you have this issue after checking it and you'd like us to fix it and start an SEO campaign with us. So thank you very much. Have a nice day.